Welcome, Phantasmics, to another Geek Salad Hangout video. I'm Andy.
I'm Mike.
I'm Jonna.
I'm Juli.
And today we are talking all about our favorites from Disney's Hollywood Studios.
What's little there is left.
Yes.
Soon to be so much more, though.
Yes.
Ideally, this will be short because...
Sorry, have you met me?
Okay. Do you want to get Brown Derby?
Except for Juli's food.
What I'm asking, Juli, or
What?
do you want to get Brown Derby out of the way now, or?
I've got a lot to talk about food, guys. So
Gotcha. So let's just get right on in it then, because Julie's got food to talk about. Let's start. What's our favorite attraction? We'll start with Jonna. What's your favorite attraction?
My favorite attraction, being that I was born and raised in Southern California, is the one that goes at speeds that Angelinos only wish we could cross Hollywood at, the Rock and Roller Coaster.
Oh yeah, imagine going on the...
Mike's gonna would hate this one because you get 2 loops and a corkscrew, but I think it's fabulous. You're going 60 miles an hour through those things.
you start off in
In
the
the dark.
as well.
I love it.
Thank you, magnets.
Yeah, if only the real 5 would go that fast, right?
There's actually a lot of awesome technology in that ride.
Freeway in Southern California went that fast. You could not get that kind of speed on the freeway at 3 a.m. So we enjoy
That's my
it while
biggest
we're in
takeaway
Florida.
from being in LA.
I stayed away from LA.
Yeah. John
I think
and
they missed a big opportunity, though. They could have had all of Aerosmith as animatronics, and you might not have been able to tell the difference.
Well, I read an article recently that it was supposed to be a different band. I can't remember who it was supposed to be, so I'll look that up. But it was supposed to be a different band, and then at the last minute, they made it Aerosmith.
Yeah, I remember reading that myself, but no, I can't tell you which one it was supposed to be.
Yeah, I sincerely believe at least Steven Tyler, no way they'd be able to tell the difference.
What?
I'm looking it up now.
I think everyone is, except for me. Woo.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, Mike, we're looking this up. What's your favorite attraction?
I think I'm going to go with Star Tours.
Okay.
Because right here, look at that. See that?
Well, yeah. Star Wars. I'm doing it too, by the way.
Nice. Well, you're also doing
Guardians.
Yeah, you're doing Guardians, which is not until we talk about California Adventure. So,
yeah, it's true. Still, I'm allowed. It's Star Wars.
Yes, it is.
It's still owned by Disney.
Yes, it is.
All right, I'm still looking this up. What do you love about Star Tours?
Right there.
Well, okay. Anything else, or do I have to hop onto this one because that's also mine?
Well,
He likes the 3 little robots that they have in the while you're waiting to get on there. The
the Three Stooges robots.
robots, yes.
In the opening video, they have the three little cleaner droids.
The ones
around.
who are about cleaning the windshield.
Yeah, and they're the Three Stooges, basically.
Yeah. I mean, I've always enjoyed the fact that the original was Paul Rubens.
Oh, yeah.
Doing the piloting.
Yeah, Captain Rex.
Yeah. I'm gonna hop on with Mike on this one because this is my favorite attraction. First of all, yeah, Star Wars. I mean, Star Wars behind me and all over the place here. It's also, and Jonna, you'll appreciate this. When I went to Disneyland for the first time, I was 14 years old, and I was a really cynical 14-year-old, believe it or not. And I was very
so much since then.
I know. I was kind of underwhelmed by some of the rides I had gone on, which were mainly the Dumbo, okay, go in a circle, teacups, and all these rides I've grown an appreciation for. Star Tours changed my worldview entirely about how much I could love what Disney was capable of doing.
It was the first kind of a virtual ride where the hydraulics were making you feel like you were in motion, like you were really flying.
I was blown away by that. I was absolutely blown away by how that ride made me feel.
At that time.
And so, I mean, it's a go-to. Obviously, it's the first thing I hit when I go to Hollywood Studios. Oh my God, my daughter. Oh, she loved it so much. We got on, well, last time we went, we did it pre-Fast Pass, went on, loved it, went back for the Fast Pass afterwards. So
Yeah.
it's to me, as a Disney ride, it's almost a perfect ride because it checks off all of my boxes.
I have
It
rock
also
roller coaster
has the
news.
advantage that they keep updating it with new video. When I was at Disneyland about 2-3 weeks ago, they had all that was taking in from The Last Jedi, new video.
Really?
So
Ooh.
Yeah. And I really think, I'm hoping that they start sticking in some stuff from Solo, like the Kessel stuff from Solo. I really want to see that now.
That would be
Dude,
amazing.
The Kessel one would be
Although-
so amazing.
I would never see it because I can't go on that ride
Yeah.
because it makes me nauseous.
Yeah.
We'll all tell
yeah, the
you
most
about it.
recent version that I saw had Poe Dameron as the message that you get beamed to your Star Tours ship. And you wind up, I don't remember the name of the planet, but it's the one with the red sands that you see at the end
Great.
of Last Jedi.
Anyway,
For
Julie,
your final
That's awesome. I
what was your news?
want to go to there.
So
But what I loved about it also was the change in the setup when you're leaving the hangar. And there's that one where Vader comes in and you start to pull away, and then
I've
he
seen that
reaches
one.
his hand out. Oh my God. I was just like, I can't believe they're doing this.
that's the only one I've seen. Only half
Not
seen.
gonna lie, a little bit of
You're
pee came out. This
frozen
is
in place
awesome.
by the power of the Force.
Oh, it was awesome. I've gotten Finn delivering the message every single time, but I really enjoyed it.
All right, so the
If
rock,
they did
the rock and roller coaster was they wanted it to be the Rolling Stones. That was their first choice.
That would have been interesting.
To be fair, I can never tell the difference between Steven Tyler and
Yeah, that lead singer guy from the Rolling Stones.
what's
Yeah. Oh, you mean Mick Jagger?
yeah. I always get those two mixed up. I don't know why.
I definitely think that needs an update. It needs a band update.
Well, rumors were that the band update was going to be the Jonas Brothers, so I don't think you want that band update quite yet.
No,
That's
I
frightening.
don't. I mean, there aren't
That's
a whole lot
terrifying.
of bands that carry that kind of popularity
Hanson.
to be the Foo Fighters.
Just kidding. I'm the only one who would ever want to ride the Hanson roller coaster.
Yeah, I know.
But I'd go to the Hollywood Studios, and that's all I do. Ride the Hanson roller coaster.
Yeah.
So, Julie, what's your favorite attraction?
I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up. So as rides are concerned, definitely the Tower of Terror. It's awesome. I like that no two rides are exactly the same and that they change it every ride.
Right.
Which is pretty cool. But as far as like a show is concerned, I really like the Beauty and the Beast show. But that's also my favorite Disney movie, so I'm a little biased.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I gotta agree with you on the Beauty and the Beast show. I've seen the Broadway version, and it's phenomenal. But for a small scale production, which they're doing, they really do it well.
It blew me away the first time I saw it. I was expecting, Beauty to come out and sing, maybe Gaston, the Beast, obviously, the main characters, Lumiere, but they have the singing and dancing dishes and plates and utensils. It was really, really cool.
They do. And one of the neater stories that I heard was that one of the Belle, her boyfriend got in touch with other members of the cast, and they swapped him in during one of the performances, and he proposed to her before the final
cool.
where they swapped it out with the proper actor for the dance. But
Oh, that's
yeah, I
cool.
thought that was pretty good.
Amazingly enough, it's not the best like production that I've seen on Disney properties, but we'll get to that eventually.
Oh yeah, Mr. Fantasmic.
No. I mean, Jonna knows which one I'm talking about, actually.
But yeah, it is. If for what they're attempting to do, the only thing that I missed from other than from the Broadway one, was I did sorely miss the song "Me" from Gaston. That one is
my favorite song is "Human Again," and they don't do that in all the productions, which makes me sad. But one of my favorite songs.
Well,
they had to cut some of it to keep it within the timeline, but it is beautifully is.
Didn't they kind of like adjust that and do like a different version of that for the movie?
So
yeah, they did.
Cut it out of the movie, but in the extended version that came out a couple years later,
the Blu-ray has
I mean, like 10 years later, they added that song back into the extended cut of the movie, and it's amazing.
Yeah, no, the Blu-ray definitely has it.
Yeah. Sorry if you heard that ding.
Fries are up.
All right, let's move on to food. Mike, why don't you get started with food?
Well, I'm pretty sure we're going to have the same food here as well.
Oh, sci-fi?
It is the Sci-Fi Dining Theater.
The food itself is okay.
It's
good. It's good amusement park food, but I love that theming.
It's just the coolest atmosphere ever. It's just so creative.
I only got a peek at it when I was there, but yeah, it is very cool the way that's set up. So that you're sitting in the car, basically, with your table right there.
Especially for like big MST3K fans like Andy and I. Half the trailers they show are from movies that were on MST3K.
Oh my god, they're so cool. It's so fun to watch them too.
That's another one. That's another one, Mike, that it left such a lasting impression with Scarlett that's on the list. That is where you're eating when we go to Hollywood.
When you hit 180 days plus 10, you make that reservation. That fills up really fast.
We got it pretty late in the game, which I was surprised about. But
well, for this next trip coming up, make sure when you hit 180 days that you are on top of that. That and the 50s Primetime Diner, for some strange reason, fills up really fast too.
I think it's because isn't that one a lot smaller?
Yeah, I mean, both of them are pretty small because of just the way the setup is. The 50s is just small because it's a smaller diner, but the way the Sci-Fi Diner is set up with the cars, it's a lot harder to accommodate, larger parties and things like that. So they fill up pretty fast.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, you guys know I'm not big on like alcoholic drinks, but I had a drink called the Orbiting Oreos.
Ooh.
It is an Oreo milkshake mixed with Godiva chocolate liqueur and a souvenir glow cube, which I collect them. I've got like 5 of them here. But
I think I have a few of those too.
But I mean, that Oreo milkshake was just so amazingly good.
Yeah.
Comfort food.
It's comfort food. One place I would like to try, even though it's just kind of above where we are as a family right now, I do want to try the Cobb salad at the Brown Derby. Oh. It's world famous. I should try it at some point.
I can personally vouch for that.
I'm probably going to make a lot of enemies on this. It's not really worth it. It used to be a lot better than it is now.
Well, I mean, I can't speak for you, but I've had it twice now, and it is amazing.
Oh, it's delicious. No question there. But it used to be better. They changed it. It's not as good.
Gotcha. It's also one of the few affordable things on the menu too. So
we went to the lounge the last time we were there, and they have a little like side option of it, which is awesome. It's like the perfect size. Cool.
All right.
Also, well, one more thing I do like about the Brown Derby. Yeah. Is I like having that they have like that old-timey actress kind of walk through and kind of converse with the various tables. She's always I've yet to see her not be entertaining.
Huh.
I've got some Brown Derby stories, but I'll wait my turn. It's Jonna's.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's let Jonna go, and then Julie, you can go.
Well, for me, my favorite was the Brown Derby. The theming of the restaurant itself is it very much conjures up that old Hollywood feel. And like Mike said, they actually make it interactive with that. But our staff, the wait staff was incredibly on it when we were there. We did the Phantasmic dining package.
Okay.
And so we got to pick one appetizer, an entree, and they had a dessert trio. And when I'm risky. I order seafood when I see it, and I got a crab cake that was just bursting at the seams with crab, and not just little shredded, but good big chunks of it. It was so tasty and good. If the calamari at Mama Melrose's was the miss, this hit every note. The steak, I like mine medium rare. They got that perfect with the wine reduction. Even the vegetables were well flavored. And then we got the dessert. Now, I know their specialty is the grapefruit cake, and I tried it. It wasn't what I would not order it again because I'm not a big fan of grapefruit as a whole. But I did like the fact that it was a not so sweet option, because sometimes you can get inundated with the really sweet stuff. And this is great for folks who really want something that's more mellow, and it's got a definite tartness to it. So I really like that. I mean, but the staff was just so perfect. Every time you got halfway down in your drink, they were there refilling it. And I would definitely go there again.
Awesome. All right, Julie, crack your knuckles. Let's get this going. Woo!
All right, so I'm going to start with the Baseline Tap because that just opened recently and we had a really awesome experience there. So the Baseline Tap is all California beers and ciders. So it's kind of based off of like a California brewery. Mm-hmm. So for food options, they have like a supersized pretzel, they have spiced nuts, and then they have a charcuterie plate. So Amy and I decided to get the charcuterie plate, and then you can do a little like 4-beer sampler. It's really cool because they give you these little cards that you can take with you for each of the beers that gives you a description of what they are. You know, a lot of times with flights, they're like, here are the beers. And then you get to your seat and you forget what the heck you ordered. So they have the cards, which is awesome. And we went there and it was insanely busy. And the bartender felt really bad because our charcuterie plate wasn't coming up. So he was like, hey, do you want some spiced nuts? The guy next to me was pitching a fit and, you know, getting really mad that his plate wasn't up. And I was just, you know, super grateful. I was like, oh, no, I totally understand. You don't need to give me spiced nuts, but I will absolutely take them. So he was super awesome. And then we get outside and we start eating the food. The charcuterie plate was amazing. I don't even remember what was on it, but it was definitely a great combination of, you know, definitely different kinds of cheeses that you don't normally get with, I think there was one sausage and a couple different other meats. And then, you know, the little teeny tiny pickles and the gherkin pickles, and then there was a mustard and some sort of chutney. So that was really delicious. And then we get outside and we start, you know, drinking our beer, eating our food, and I spilled one of my beers. So don't cry over spilt milk, but spilt beer you could totally cry over. So if that wasn't bad enough, I spilt a second beer. So I'm just sitting there insanely distraught, and Amy's like, hold on 1 second. So she goes inside, and she's like, so my friend spilled a couple of her beers, and they gave me 2 more. I mean, and they're just like little teeny tiny cups, so it wasn't like a full 22-ounce beer or anything like that. But that was really awesome. And so that was a really fun experience. If you get the chance to go there, it's kind of like a quick service, but, you know, more of just a bar atmosphere. There's indoor seating, there's outdoor seating. I think it's where the writer's spot used to be. I think that's what they put there. Sorry, Mike, but definitely worth it. I also love the Sci-Fi Diner. The last time we were there, I was really disappointed with the burger. It was like this sriracha burger that wasn't spicy at all. So it had like pulled pork and some really awesome slaw on it. Supposed to have sriracha, mayo, something. By the description, it was supposed to be really spicy. It wasn't.
Well, it probably would have been for me.
It probably would have been. And then the Hollywood Brown Derby is amazing. We've had dinner there, and the last trip we were at the lounge. So dinner, we got the Cobb salad, and we each got a lobster bisque. And they put an entire lobster claw and a little, like a lobster wonton. It's almost like crab rangoon that they put in the middle of it as well. So that was, it was to die for. It was probably one of the best lobster bisques that I had. But the Brown Derby Lounge was awesome because you get a sampling of a lot of the foods. They have a couple different things on the menu. They're small plates. Amy and I shared everything. So we got to sample a bunch of different things. And you sit outside. It was a beautiful day. I had a perfect view of the Star Wars show twice. We were at the Brown Derby for a long time. And so we got a couple gin drinks. They had a flight of martinis that was really cool. They had like a grapefruit martini, a lemon martini, and then something else that was super delicious. And then we also both got, actually the grapefruit martini wasn't in there, but they have the grapefruit cake martini.
Mm-hmm.
And the rim is like crumbled cake. And there's a slice of candied grapefruit in the center of it. Amy and I were really concerned that it was going to be too sweet because as far as sweets are concerned, unless it's chocolate, we're not super big on desserty things unless we're like really in the mood. But this drink was to die for. We ordered two. And let's see, we had a couple.
Yeah, that grapefruit cake is not real sweet.
What? Oh, we also had the cake.
I said that grapefruit cake is not
and I gotta say that grapefruit cake was too sweet for me. It was delicious. Really? But it was too sweet, which is funny because Jonna, you said it wasn't sweet enough.
I'm a big sweet eater. I guess mentally I had more in mind like a lemon cake, but it was definitely grapefruit.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up the menu because I want to let you know the other foods that we had. But while I'm pulling that up, while my Disney app is loading, we also there was a gentleman that was walking around instead of a woman, and he was hilarious. He gave me a $500 bill. So he was interacting with everyone. He was sitting down in empty seats and, having cocktails with people. He was just incredible. And then it turned out that he was the same guy. We went to the Hoop-Dee-Doo review that night, and he was one of the actors for the Hoop-Dee-Doo review.
Oh.
So it was just so cool because we felt like we knew him. So we had that much better of an experience with the Hoop-Dee-Doo review because it was like our best friend was there. Not really. I don't remember what his name was. But he was super awesome. Okay, sorry. Let me find it. The Hollywood Brown Derby Lounge.
Yeah, the woman walking around with us was the you see her on occasion out, like she like leads the like 3 or 4 guests, and she just leads them into little like skits and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like that. It was just a guy doing it for us. So we got the charcuterie plate there. That was really good. We also got the Derby sliders. Now let me read the description for the Derby sliders because they are incredible. So there's a Wagyu beef with cognac mustard aioli, smoked Gouda, bacon, avocado, and duck confit. No, bacon and avocado. And then the second one was duck confit, taleggio cheese, chipotle vegetable slaw, sweet onion orange conserve. I don't know how to pronounce that word.
Consomme.
Crispy leeks. They were to die for. And they're, decent enough size that Amy and I split them both in half. And they were pretty filling. And then we also got the tamarind glazed pork belly because anywhere there's pork belly on the menu, you got to order it. So it was just a really awesome experience because we were outside. It was my Star Wars day, so I already met Chewbacca and BB-8 and Kylo Ren and had my selfie with a stormtrooper and had Amy pile a ton of pork stuffed animals on me and take some pictures. It was a good day. And then the only other thing that I want to say is that I really want to go to the 50s Primetime Diner to try that peanut butter and jelly milkshake.
For a park that doesn't have the international flavor that, say, Epcot or Animal Kingdom is designed to have, they've really got some very nice food options when you get away from the quick serve places.
Absolutely. Their theming, I think, might be some of the best on property for their table service.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're not dealing with the international theme, when you're dealing with just coming up with raw concepts, I think that they do a better job, with that. With like, I've never seen anything like sci-fi in my life, and I probably wouldn't want to go to one out here if we had one because that's a Disney thing.
Maybe get rid of a Starbucks and put in Randy's Donuts.
I don't mind the Starbucks in Hollywood Studios. I feel like it fits.
Well, it is true that we do have more, we probably got more Starbucks per capita. I can think of about 4 of them in less than half a mile.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just kind of more of an American-themed park. Magic Kingdom's that, like, fantasy, so Starbucks doesn't really fit there. The Asias and Africa is Animal Kingdom, so it's not really a good fit there, but I feel like it just... And, we talked about it on our second podcast, because they got rid of Sweet Spells, and that the only option is Starbucks now to get the
carrot cake cookies.
Carrot cake cookie, which they totally changed. I will let you know how that is in November when we go, because we're definitely going to try it, because I want to know if it's the same or if it's different. So I'm not a big fan of Starbucks being in the parks, but I feel like of all the parks, it fits the best there. And it's not too terrible in Epcot in Future World either, because it kind of fits there. But I'm still not a big fan of Starbucks in the parks.
Yeah.
But they have a really good spinach and goat cheese wrap thing. I don't know. It was delicious.
Cool. All right. So let's move on to our last part, which is our favorite overall thing about Hollywood Studios. Julie, why don't you start us off? Why do you love Hollywood Studios?
So for a while, Hollywood Studios was my favorite park until I really discovered Epcot. Epcot's by far my favorite park ever. But it's just really cool. You feel like you've kind of stepped into another decade, and all of the characters are, dressed in their 50s, 60s garb, and I love the architecture of everything. I loved, that they took out the Phantasm Cat so you could finally see the Chinese theater. Amy and I went to Sci-Fi Diner, had breakfast for a little while. So we went there for breakfast one morning, and you get in, when you go to breakfast, you get in before everybody else gets into the park. And I remember it was the first time we'd been in Hollywood Studios since they took out Sorcerer and Mickey's hat. And just walking down and seeing the Chinese theater and just seeing it with no one else in the park, it just gave me chills. It was really awesome.
Awesome. Jonna.
For me, because there's a limited number of rides in the park, for me, the shows really do help make up for that. And there were 2 that I really liked. For the first time in forever, the Frozen sing-along.
It's so good.
That is so much fun. They're not taking it too seriously, but they're actually giving the material the proper amount of import, and they're doing it in a way that just draws the audience in. And then the Indiana Jones stunt spectacular, and I'm mad with jealousy that you have actually gotten to participate in it, Andy, so badly to be a part of that. But I love it. The boulders rolling down the hill at the next thing you see, you're pushing the boulder back up because it's a giant foam rubber thing.
That is a really amazing thing.
So I do
Mike.
have to comment on the. Hold on. What did you say first?
First time in forever.
Oh, right.
First time forever, yeah.
First time in forever. So we've seen it a few times. There's one guy who plays the historian. In real life, his name is Dan. His name is Ben, and his Instagram is at Equity Ben, and he is hilarious. We saw it another time without him, and now we actually track what time he's doing each shows and make sure that we see him perform, because him as the historian, he just has a great back and forth with any of the other women characters that he's with, that he's just hilarious, amazing.
Yeah. That show. I mean, you think it's just gonna be a standard sing along, but they add enough new elements to it to make it really stand out.
Yeah, and there's enough humor in there for the adults. It's not just for the little kids.
Right.
I feel like there's way more humor for the adults than anything for the little kids.
It definitely seems like it's more not as far as just the overall theme, as a theme park goes, a more grown up theme park than Magic Kingdom is. I'm not counting Epcot or Animal Kingdom in that, and that's one thing I like about it a lot. I do, again, for this park, I think it comes down to theming. It feels like an amusement park without feeling like the regional amusement park. There's still that touch of Disney all over everything. But it looks good. I think that they've got, the streets are great. The way everything is kind of sectioned off, except for all like the under construction stuff right now. They've essentially cleaved the park in half. But what I've seen, because it's been under construction for, I don't know, since it was MGM, it's just, I just love the way it looks. I never feel like I'm doing it because I have to. I'm not going because I have to go. I love a lot of the things in there. The Star Wars theming.
Yeah.
So, how about you, Mike?
Well, I mean, touching on what you said about theming, that's the main reason why I'm so excited for the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, because can you imagine what the theming of the restaurants there are going to be like?
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Yeah, and that's also why if they ever actually do build that like luxury Star Wars hotel where they actually build a story around you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, you got $1,000 a night for that place. You have to spend 3 nights, and it is $1,000 a person a night.
If they build a Star Wars story around me, I think that's worth it.
Yeah, no, I would definitely save up and do that, because it's fully immersive. So the only thing you do is stay in this hotel and go to the Star Wars part of the park. Like, you are 100% fully immersed in Star Wars for 3 days. Holy moly.
Yeah. But
I said moly, all right?
Okay.
We all heard moly.
All right.
Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
Anyway, I kind of want to give some love to Muppet Vision 3D, and not just because Catherine is it's her favorite ride.
Yeah,
it's a genuine fun time.
Considering how old that film is. Considering how old that film is, I still think it's very entertaining.
Oh, extremely.
It holds up well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's only one part of it that bugs me.
It makes me nauseous. Surprise.
Yeah.
Moving in it.
I know, but the 3D part of that, it's just yeah.
There's only one part.
Close my eyes in that one.
There's only one part of that one that kind of bugs me, and that it's a small thing, but it's a nitpick. Right at the end, after like the wall comes down and you have all the humans and Muppets kind of walking around, you see Sweetums on the film.
Yes.
And then Sweetums comes right out, walking up in front of the film, like, wait a second, Sweetums, what the hell? Whoa, I think we lost Andy.
Oops.
Bueller.
I think that bugs him too. It's a small thing, but what the hell? I mean, you've seen the movie enough. There's Sweetums on film. Don't have him walk out in front.
I don't know. I like Sweetums, so I like seeing him going the lumping across the stage in real life.
I love
myself some Swedish Chef, so it's lovely to have him up in the projector's booth and then with the cannon.
Oh yeah, having him fire at the screen is pretty nice, pretty fun. Let me see if I can get Annie back in here.
Well, while we're waiting for Annie, another mine was I just love seeing the historical aspects from the earliest cartoons and when he developed the multi-plane camera for Snow White, and on through they have the models of the various castles. I really enjoy that historical aspect.
Yeah, actually, speaking of which, One Man's Dream. I've heard rumors that they're going to get rid of it. I sincerely hope they don't, because that's one of my favorite parts. I just love being able to walk through the history of Walt's development of his stuff.
Already gone because Guardians of the Galaxy is there now?
No, that was just the meet and greet area.
Okay.
So from everything I have heard, rumor mill wise, they're keeping One Man's Dream. It is that meet and greet area that's been changing though, because when we went last year, it was the Moana meet and greet, and now it's Guardians.
Yeah, it's Groot and Star-Lord, and I showed Baby Groot my tattoo of him.
That's awesome.
So I have a picture of that. Awesome.
They're doing the Guardians ride at Epcot.
Yeah, they're doing. That's taking the place of Ellen's Energy Adventure.
Right, but that won't be up until like 2022.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's going to be a roller coaster too. So they are completely gutting out the interior of that.
Oh, Epcot's getting a lot of rides in 2022.
So one more for me to go on without you.
Well, you
don't want Ratatouille with though.
I suppose we'll talk about that on Epcot week, right?
Yes, yeah, which is coming up. Good segue, Julie. So yeah, next week we are talking about our least favorite of probably maybe all of our favorite park.
Definitely my favorite.
Well, I know John. It's
not my favorite.
All right,
he's up there for her though, right?
I rank them like I rank my Star Wars movies. You can't put New Hope in a. You can't list it because it is the originator, and it's unfair to compare it to everything else. But with that said, Epcot is my favorite park. Just like Magic Kingdom is the New Hope. Epcot is my favorite park. So can't wait till next week when we can pick apart what we don't like about it.
Oh, I've got stories.
Yeah.
What you don't like? Oh, it's going to be really short for me. There isn't much that I don't like about Epcot.
Gotcha.
A couple of food stories. It's going to be a doozies.
Ooh.
Oh, dear.
Keep in mind that I'll probably be talking for like an hour about food for Epcot for our.
It might have to be its own episode.
Might be.
Yeah. Speaking of talking about food, Julie, what do you got to plug this week?
All right, it's actually really funny that you brought up A New Hope because our podcast that just came out yesterday is called Episode 4, A New Soup.
I see what you did there.
So we talk about what?
I still think you should have gone with episode 2, Attack of the Cloves.
Well, I know, but we weren't talking about anything Clove related on the second episode. I think we have like 3 more that are also Star Wars titled coming up. So don't you worry, there will be more Star Wars puns. But we talk about the cheddar cheese soup edition at the Refreshment Port and the Electric Umbrella on this week's podcast. We also just recorded, we are just releasing our first vlog on the Taste Lab on YouTube. So that's coming out, and we make the cheddar cheese soup from Le Cellier.
Nice.
And let's see what else. We are on Patreon now, so www.patreon.com/onelittlespice. So you get all sorts of extras there if you support us. And then our podcast is on Podbean and iTunes and Google Play and what's the other one? Stitcher. And then it will also be on YouTube, the same channel with our vlog. And that is One Little Spice, if you don't know about it already, guys. And we talk about Disney food, and it's awesome. And we're also on TeePublic, so you can buy awesome swag, too.
Cool.
It is awesome.
Jonna, you got anything to promote this week?
Nothing to promote it, but I am astonished that, and so I will mention it now. I'm amazed that Toy Story Mania didn't make anybody's top 10.
I love Toy Story Mania. I take it back. That's also one of my favorite rides ever. It's so much fun. Okay.
It's fun even in the queue line. Your queue line there is so different from the one that they have in California. Yours is like you've been shrunk down into
and you're like a toy.
One of the toys itself. It's a completely different feel. And I kept going through going, I remember that. I remember that. I had that one. Oh my gosh, the Candyland is the one that my friend had that she got from her grandmother. You know?
Yeah, it seems like the Hollywood Studios one emphasizes the Toy Story part, and the California Adventure one emphasizes the Midway part.
Definitely. And I like the fact that, right outside it, they've got your Green Army men. One of the most fun things I had was the little green, and one of the Green Army guys was coming along in, he was in camouflage, meaning he had one single green leaf that he's holding up before his face. It was camouflage. It was great fun.
So
the Green Army men are fantastic.
And Disneyland, you used to be able to scream "Andy's coming," and all of the toys would fall down. But unfortunately, they stopped doing that because people were getting hurt.
Yeah, but it wasn't a lie when we did it. So, all right, Mike, do you want to promote?
Well, as soon as I finally get it edited. We've got an episode that's going to be released on
our favorite bingeable TV shows.
Thank you. Yes.
Oh, you guys recorded that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we recorded it. We just got to get it edited, and then after that, we're talking about our favorite frozen and icy treats for the summer.
Ooh. Nice.
We always theme our summer podcast for music and food and stuff like that. So
I really like Choco Tacos.
What's that?
I really like Choco Tacos.
Who doesn't love Choco Tacos, you monster?
I'm not a monster because I love them.
I do too. So you can check us out at geeksalad.podbean.com.
For shame, Jonna, for shame. She gets like real Choco Tacos though, like homemade ones if you want one in California. So.
Oh yeah.
Well, everything's just better out west.
I bet they're better.
Yeah. So you can check out our podcast at geeksalad.podbean.com. Just like One Little Spice, we are available on iTunes, on Stitcher, on Google Music, and on YouTube. Hopefully soon we'll see some...
Spotify get back to you? Because they haven't gotten back to me yet.
They haven't gotten back to me. I was just saying, I'm waiting on Spotify to get back to us. No swag yet, no Patreon yet, but... we'll see what the future shall bring. So until next week, I'm Andy.
I'm Mike.
I'm Jonna.
And I'm Julie.
Go forth and have a magical day.
Hakuna Matata.